Greg Parker here, Parker's Property Sourcing, just coming at you with another video today. And today's video topic is on single lets versus HMOs versus flips. Which is better in 2025? Before I get into this video, this is not me telling you which one you should go and do. This is just me giving an overview on three different strategies, or many that they are in the property investment game, but these are three that are maybe three of the most popular ones that are actively investors are actively doing on a month-to-month basis. So it's just me giving an overview. Yeah. So intro, as I said, many strategies exist, but which fits your goals? We all got different goals in this game. Some of us want to make money quickly and be a bit more risky in what we're doing. Some of us want long-term capital growth. Not really worrying about cash flow. Some of us want cash flow, quick cash, monthly cash flow, constant flowing in, nice, good returns. Some of us want capital growth and cash flow. So it all depends on you as the individual. There's no right or wrong here, to be honest, because I've seen so many people be successful doing so many different things in property investment. So it all works. It's just what works for you, basically. So single lets. Single lets is my baby. Single, boring, vanilla buy-to-lets is what I've started on and what I'm focusing on. Am I going to branch out and do other things? Absolutely. But what I know now, at the time of doing this video, is single lets to build the foundation of my property portfolio. I was advised, and it was great advice, to have a nice bunch of single lets that are just the foundation. Everything you build on needs a really strong, good foundation. So single lets is definitely that. So the pros: simple, steady, and they're beginner friendly. Yeah, that are the pros. The cons: lower cash flow. Another pro I would say as well, obviously, good capital growth, because we're smart, savvy investors, so we're going to be invested in the right areas. So yeah, and the cons: lower cash flow. Yeah, compared to the other two that we're talking about today. HMOs. Pros: high cash flow. Yeah, you can get definitely better return on your investment in certain areas if you invest in the right places. If you turn a house into a HMO, definitely higher cash flow. The cons on HMOs is that there are stricter rules and there's a lot more management. If you're managing it yourself, it's not as passive as a normal buy-to-let, to be honest. And you do need licenses and extra licenses and stuff like that if you are going to be owning a HMO or even running a HMO, to be honest. And then flips, the pros: get big lump sums of money. If you flip a house over and you buy it for a good price, do your refurb, you sell it for a good profit, you can make nice lumps of money. That's what we all like, and that's what we all want. The cons are higher risk, and it's always market dependent. With flips, it's market dependent, so things can change in the market from 6 to 12 to 18 months. And some flips do take long. Some flips take 6 months. So as an investor, somebody that's going to be getting into that, you've got to bear all of these things in mind. The pros are good and you get big outcomes, but you got to make sure that you're doing things in the right areas at the right time, basically. So risk versus reward. Single lets, lower risk. HMOs and flips, higher risk, but better reward. Yeah. So it's up to you guys. Again, I just know what I've started on: the low risk, good capital growth, nice steady income. I've stayed away from the HMOs and the flips thus far. I'm not saying I'm never going to do it, but at the moment, thus far, but that does give you, better rewards, better monthly cash flow, better cash lump sums, but the risk is a little bit higher. So cash flow equals HMOs, capital growth is your flips, and steady income and capital growth is your single lets, basically. Um, so in 2025, you know, what's the outlook? How what do I think about 2025 and what works and what's good and what's bad? As I said before, I think they're all good. I think all of them are good, but I'm an investor, but I'm a smart and I'm a safe investor. And slow and steady would always win the race for me. So buy to lets are always going to be strong. They are strong. They're still going to be strong. HMOs are a lot harder than what they were years ago because of the regulations now. Yeah, lots of regulations. You need HMO licenses. Rooms have got to be certain sizes and all of that stuff. So if you are going to be getting into HMOs, I would say educate yourself first before jumping into it. Definitely educate yourself first and make sure that you are buying in an area that you can get an HMO license in, because some areas it's very, very difficult to do so. And then flips, it just depends on the market and the timing. So again, you've got to be educating yourself before jumping into doing your flips and making sure that you are buying in the right areas at the right time, got the right builders that can do a really good job, got lenders in place that are gonna maybe give you bridging at the beginning to buy the property cash, and then another lender that's gonna get you refinancing quick so you can pay back the bridging company. These are all the things that you need to be educating yourself on before jumping in, to be honest, in my opinion. So yeah, that was a nice quick fire video on basically single lets versus HMOs versus your flips. Which one works for you? Which one do you want to get into? There's no right or wrong answer. In my opinion and what I've been taught by my mentors is build your portfolio with a good buy-to-let foundation, and then you can jump into maybe your HMOs, build up your cash flow to get you financially free and where you don't have to work anymore. And then once you've done that, educate yourself more to start jumping on your flips and doing joint ventures and doing big projects and buying something, throwing money at it, selling it for profit, whilst you've got your portfolio of your buy-to-lets in the background, you've got your cash flow of your HMO working for you, giving you the lifestyle, and then you've got your flips that are just the exciting parts that are giving you big lump sums. So I've been Craig Parker, Parker's Property Sourcing. Until next time.